This can't be good. This cannot be good. Okay, microphone's working just fine. Something's not right though. Interesting. I should be getting sound out of this. That's weird. Maybe I can get started here. There we go. All right. Anybody's gonna join anyway. Alright. I mean, there's not really a short intermission. It's just... Let's full screen this whole thing. Alright, we're going to leave it at that, and tonight's just going to be a chilling, relaxing chat. That's all we're going to do today. I guess it's probably best that I go get the hot sauce. What's going on with my audio, but hopefully everybody can hear me. It's showing that it's working, so I'll be back momentarily. I'm gonna go get the hot sauce in case I get 5 followers. I'm gonna leave it in here.
Hey, where's the hot sauce?
alright, it's still hot sauce. Sort of. Ring light's kind of bringing off the bad look to it. It's just some hot sriracha. Apparently, that's all we have. And I thought we had more, but we don't. Thought we had something different. But, I don't have anything. So, now, got our shot glass. Got our sriracha. And now we wait for a viewer. Curses. So, yep, this is not working out tonight. I'm sure that nobody's gonna even join. I'm not expecting it, so. Yep. I'm gonna destroy my taste buds if I get like 50 followers. At least. Because that's like, what is that, 10 shots? It's 10 of these. I mean, it's a pretty good size. You know, it's about right there. Right to the bottom of the paint, up to the top. It's funny that I choose sriracha hot sauce. And it's tequila rose. I'm not expecting anybody. This was just an attempt at gaining new followers. That's what this plan was. I don't think I can change the name of the stream from here, can I? No, nothing there. Maybe I can do it from the Twitch page. This ain't even it. That's not what I was looking for. It said Twitch. Go to channel. Now can I change the name? I sure can. Why do I keep spelling that way? Did I spell that right? Oh, it's SR. Open this up. No, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to grab up here and move it over here. It's much easier to see that way. There we go.
Hello, I'm a Toy Cat, and one of Minecraft's lesser known options is when you're choosing.
Yep. Live scene. Let's just watch me watch a YouTube or something for now. Anybody like watching Forge Labs?
My mans, how's it going? Welcome to my country, Canada. Cold.
Okay, before I do that, because I'm sure that's gonna get annoying. Let's just do this. Where's the... There we go.
Cold place. You don't want to be out here. It's freezing. This is a frozen wasteland with little food, shelter, or resources. And I've installed several mods to make this even more challenging. First is a temperature mod. Okay, this thing, if my temperature drops too low, I'm gonna get hypothermia and die. And it's over then. I'm just a dead, frozen man. So I need to find a way to keep myself warm. And the second thing to make this even more challenging, it's a dynamic season mod. Yeah, so over the course of the next 100 days, winter's coming. It's gonna get progressively colder and colder as the days go by. It's, wow. Let's just say I'm a man who needs a really good shelter. Otherwise, he's gonna be very, very cold and dead. Before I start, though, I gotta say one thing, alright? You're gonna want to subscribe to me. Doing that will make me very happy. A man who's smiling, that's what I'll say. And you'll be smiling too. Yeah, trust me. I'm gonna be doing more stuff like this, where I like document what happens to me, but I might do it in some other games too. Same stuff as it. You'll love it, okay? Trust me, subscribe. And also follow me on Twitter at Forge Labs. You already know where I got this idea from. My man Luke the Notable. Big thanks to him for letting me put a twist on a series like this. Okay, before I'm going out there, a quick word from this video's sponsor. Hey, this video is sponsored by Plink, and guess what? They're giving away a PlayStation 5 to one of my viewers. All you gotta do is use the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and sign up for a free 7-day trial. You can cancel at any time. Okay, so what is Plink? Well, I'm gonna tell you what Plink is right now. Plink is a looking for group app. You use it to find people to play with. Some of the best people, some wonderful, wonderful people are on Plink, let me tell you. So what you do is you connect your favorite profile from like PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, PC, doesn't matter, they're all there. And Plink, well, Blink's gonna take a look at what you've been up to and it's gonna match you with some people who are just like you. You'll love these people, trust me. It keeps track of all the games you're playing. Let's say you're a man who likes Call of Duty, well guess what? It knows that. You like playing PUBG, it knows that too. Fortnite, League of Legends, Grand Theft Auto, it doesn't matter. It'll find you. And it's gonna keep all your followers updated with what you're up to, your achievements, all that sort of stuff. It's like, it's good. And remember, for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 from Plink, you can click the link in the description or scan the code on screen. Thank you to Plink for sponsoring this video. Okay, enough. It's time to venture into the Great White North, where I will survive for the next 100 days. Day one, my man's things, wow, they started out real rough for me. Let me just say that. I thought I'd start things off by looking around and admiring the beauty of the surroundings, but no. I was attacked by a bear right away.
Oh, Jesus! I didn't know there was bears in this.
Oh, wow, that was good. Okay, no time to waste, my man. Had to get to work right away. I was not going to be a man who was stuck out in the cold. So first order of business was to find flint. You need flint to make a knife so that you can get plant fibers, and then you can make a flint hatchet with those. You need that to get wood, and a lot of work just to get a little bit of wood, you know? You know what else I needed? Wool. I needed a lot of wool, let me tell you. But luckily, look at these little wolves. Help me out.
Oh! Those wolves are going for that sheep, hey, thank you! Hey, there we go. Hope they're not going for me. You guys are good.
So I had some wool, but I still needed to find something hard that I could smash my flint on to get shards. Everything I tried, it didn't work. I was running around smashing flint on everything I could find, and nothing was working. I was getting very worried that I was going to freeze to death on the very first night out here. Whoa, okay, I know what you're thinking. Sean, my man, where's the glaciers? Where's the penguins? Well, I based this map off the show Alone. Ever watch that show? They spend like 100 days in the Canadian Arctic and try to win like $1 million or something. This is what that looks like. I based the map off this version of the Arctic instead of the Arctic Circle because there's more to explore here. I originally tried doing this on a glacier, and wow, there was no trees, no caves, nothing. Just ice and snow as far as the eye could see, and it was boring to play and would have been even more boring to watch. But then luckily I found a village. I was so happy to find this village. And you know what else? The village had a goose. Look at this man.
Oh, Canadian Goose. Hey, how's it going?
Shortly after arriving to the village, I realized I was a bit of an idiot. You see, I did not need flint. No, I could just break trees normally. I did not have that mod installed that required me to do all this, so I wasted an entire day doing nothing. Anyways, I made a wool chest piece and a bed, and went to sleep. Alright, day 2. There was a lot of questions I wanted answered. Like, what do these villagers want to trade? What was going on with that goose? What was that guy doing in the village?
Ooh. Golden goose egg. Golden, maybe you can melt it down for resources. Okay. Yeah, what do you got? Oh! Oh!
See that? I almost died to a goddamn goose on day 2. I took that man's golden egg and melted it down and got a golden bar. Pretty good. The next day, I had only one thing on my mind. Getting as much goddamn wool as I could, because it was going to get very, very cold very soon. So, I went out to do that. But you know what? Of course, there was a problem. Of course there was. My man, the goose, was still pissed at me.
Scared about these geese. Still pissed at me. Oh, that was... Not dying by a goose.
This is the first 3 days dealing with a goose. You know what's... I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be spending time with geese in the game. Anyway, so I ran the other way and went back to where I spawned. And I found all the sheep. I got a ton of wool. Very happy to get all this wool. It's going to be one toasty man, you know? Got a bunch of food, too. I was not going to be hungry. But while I was out there, I found this brick house. It had a bunch of stuff inside of it, so I decided I was going to make this where I was going to live for a little while. Hey, you can't turn down something like this, you know? Already ready to go for me. So I crafted some wool armor. Don't need to be cold anymore. And I went outside and just looked around. Pretty nice out here. And look at this. I found some stuff frozen in the ice.
What's all this? Oh my god. What's all this stuff down there? All the stuff I just found. Golden boots, golden pickaxe, these crystals, another tunic.
I also found some copper ore too, but I wasn't sure how good copper was. In the morning, I used it to make a copper saber. Yeah, look at this thing. It was good for killing turkeys. Tons of them. I want a little bit of a turkey killing spree. I really needed to stock up on meat because when the winter comes, some animals won't spawn anymore. They're going to hibernation or something. And I had no idea which animals would hibernate, so I just killed everything, just in case, you know? And I found some more stuff frozen in the ice.
Oh my god, more stuff. A diamond!
But then I found even more. And you know what? That's too much. As much as I would have loved just to take all this and continued on, I know the comments that you all would have left. So you know what I did? I went into the mod settings and I lowered the probability of finding loot in the ice by 600%, alright? And you know what? That would end up being a decision that I would later regret way into this playthrough. When I was sitting in my shelter, freezing to... You know what? Anyway, more on that later. Anyways, I found 3 diamonds and a half-broken pickaxe. Not bad. So the thing about the brick house is that it's technically a dungeon. There's a staircase that leads down to it, and on day 5, I went down. It's spooky down there, let me tell you. But you know what's also spooky? Ghosts. And I have to tell you about a video that I recently made with my good friend Robert. It's kind of like this video, but we played Phasmophobia in VR. Now you might have seen the first one where we played for the first time. This is a sequel to that, alright? This time we went to a prison, and let me just tell you, you gotta watch this video after you finish this one. But now we're going somewhere new. A prison. New to me, not new to Robert, okay? This guy did 7 years in federal prison for something he did in an Uno lobby on Xbox Live in 2006. Okay, so I went down to the dungeon and I cleared out several floors. I found this sword that had mending on it, and oh wow. Last time I found something that had mending on it, I didn't know what it meant. Just left it in the chest and walked away, and a lot of people got very angry with me. Very, very angry. Freaked out, so this time I got it, alright? Day 6. I made some purified water because I'm gonna need to drink it at some point. I was also getting stressed about making an Aussie line.
Is that a
You don't know what an Aussie line
creeper
is?
that was
It's
right there next
a
to him?
beautiful thing you can add to your armor that keeps you warm or cold depending on where you are. Self-adjust your temperature. But to make one of those up,
I feel like I saw a
very
creeper
angry
beside
with
it.
me. Very, very angry. Freaked out. So this time I got it, alright? Day 6. Made some
Look to the
purified
right.
water because...
Yeah, there was a
I needed to
creeper
drink at
walking
some
up.
point. I
He
also
was
getting
getting
stressed about
purified
making
water
an
from the
Aussie
lake,
liner.
and
I
a
don't know what an
creeper
Aussie liner
rolled
is.
up.
It's a beautiful thing you can add to your armor that keeps you warm or cold depending on where you are. Self-adjust your temperature. But to make one of those, I needed magma. I and I was a very long way off of getting all of that, so I just kept clearing the dungeon. The following day, I went exploring and I found a village. Look at this. There's a Fletcher there. So I knew it was going to be good for arrows. No need to worry about those. Day 8. All right, yeah, I'm going to tell you about day 8. So here's what happened. I was starting to think about leaving the brick house, you know? Build something else. But to do that, you need supplies to that. So I went out and gathered some supplies and did that for a little bit. But then I continued clearing out the dungeon. And I like this. Okay, so I was having this problem where sometimes I would strike a zombie and it would damage me. And then there was a whole bunch of them, so I didn't know which zombie to attack and which one not to attack. So I came up with a plan. Called it Zombie Hole. When you got a bunch of zombies like this, dig a hole and just lure them into it. And once they all go in the hole, you just seal it up. Boom. No need to worry about those guys anymore. They were down there for like 100 days. I spent pretty much the entire day and night in the dungeon doing that. Day 9, I came back up and I wanted to trade with the Fletcher, so I headed back to the village. This was a big mistake because by the time I got there, it was night and I was a very cold man. So cold that I almost froze to death. I told myself, you know what, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to risk freezing to death out here. Then the very next day, I did it again. I went out exploring and I found a village, but yeah, problem was that despite marking my path there, I was totally lost. Yeah, it was a man who had no idea how to get home, no idea where to go or what to do, and wow, I really thought I was going to die here. But then I was so relieved to see the glowing lights of a village. I stormed right in there, and you know what happened? It was the first village that I went to, and the goddamn goose was still there.
Oh my god, they're still mad at me. The geese are still mad.
The next day I continued exploring and I found another village which had a blacksmith with lava. This was good, so I grabbed it and I headed home, but for the 3rd consecutive night in a row, I nearly died to the cold. But this was the worst one yet. I had no idea where I was, and honestly, I know I said the night before that I thought I was going to die, but no, this time I really truly thought I was going to die. But then I saw a torch and I was like, oh, you know what, I'm going home. Lead me home. I followed the torches and I barely made it home, but I did it, alright? It's nice and safe. I took a break from exploring and went back to the dungeon, which was somehow safer than being outside. I went deeper and I found a floor that had tons of obsidian and magma blocks. I was so happy to see these magma blocks.
37 magma shards. Okay, hell yeah. That's what you gotta do.
I stuck around and got some XP and additional loot. Ooh, now that I had magma shards, that was very good. Very, very good, because it meant that I could start building a heating coil, which I could use to build... I could heat a house that I made. Very good news to get these magma shards. So I spent the entire day going out, looking for where I was going to build the house, and getting supplies to do it. Day 14, I went mining. I was going to need some rock to build, and obviously some iron. Coal, copper, all that stuff. So went mining, but my copper axe had sucked. When I found redstone, which I needed, I could not get it. No, I needed an iron axe for that. So the next day, I went back down there and I found a bunch of iron. A man really needs iron. So I used that to make a new iron pickaxe, which then I used to get the redstone, so I could build the heating coil. You know what I also found? I found some diamonds.
Okay, see, is that diamond? What is that? I swear if this is that winter ore, I'm gonna be really mad. See? Palladium. This better not be palladium. It's diamond!
Instant pain relief. Stay tuned.
Alright.
But on my way home that night, I nearly died to a skeleton.
Play?
Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from Spine Care in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, I'm going to go over mobility exercises that may end with a satisfying self-pop or release pretty much throughout
Look at
the
that.
whole back.
Look how close I was immediately.
These are not chiropractic adjustments. They do not replace
I'm gonna die like
chiropractic
that.
adjustments. These
I'm
are
going
just
to die if you're doing
general
something like that.
mobility exercises that are geared towards giving
Oh my
quick
God.
pain relief.
Yeah, I was
tightness
becoming a
relief,
very
and
risky man.
improving
Way
range of
too risky,
motion.
if you
So
ask
with that
me.
being said,
So the
let's
next day,
get
I
started
solely
and
focused on
self-release
building
the
my
low
new
back
house.
right now.
I like this
One of the
location.
hardest spots to get to
Yeah.
self-release or self-pop is at the
Things
base
a man
of the
really
neck
needs
into
in
the
a like
upper
this.
back.
So I spent the day
here's a
digging it
neat
out.
trick to be able to help
That's
with
gonna be a
that.
nice little spot
I'm
right
going to
there.
be using a hand right towel.
Be
Just
pretty
roll
nice.
it up. If you don't
I
have
did the
one,
same
you
thing the
can
next day,
also
but
use
this time I
a
built a
water
little
bottle
campfire
or
to keep
can of
warm.
soup. You just need to lay flat. You
It's
can
so
do
nice,
this
you know,
one in
a
bed
little
or
campfire,
on the
building a little
floor.
house.
You want the
This is
towel
something I
to
like
be
right
over
here.
the curve
This is
of the
good.
neck. Allow
But
everything
by the next day,
to relax. You want to
Yeah,
relax
my
as much as possible
opinion
because this will
changed
make
on the
this
house.
exercise more effective.
Not liking
Let's
the way
say
it
that I
looked.
have
It
a
just
lot
looked
on my left side.
bad.
Whatever side that you're
not
focusing
looking
on,
good.
take that side's arm.
So the
bend
following day, I
90
thought I'd
degrees,
lower the
lift
floor by
up
one
on your
block and
body
see if it
like
would
this,
make it
and then
look any better.
slide the arm
This was a big
towards the
mistake
other
because,
direction as
you know what,
much as
I
you
spent
can.
way too long
From there,
doing
you
this,
can
got
lower
way
your
too
body.
focused on
What
it,
this
and
will
I
do is relax the
was
muscles
outside
known as
too
the
long.
upper
Did not realize how cold
Let's
it was
take the
getting,
opposite
and
side's hand, grab
very
on the
close to
outside
dying
of the head right here, and
hypothermia.
just simply pull that ear down towards the opposite side shoulder. When you do this, you're going to feel a great stretch.
Since I didn't like the look of the
Only
cabin,
go to
I
your
thought, you know
comfort
what,
level, but if you
maybe
do have
making
a
a
locked
brick
up
might look a
segment
little
into
bit
that
better.
area,
So
you'll
I stole
probably
some
feel
brick
a
from the
pop
house that I
or
was staying in.
self-release,
I
but
brought it with
do
me to
not
test.
try to
On my way
force
back,
this.
I walked
Only
along
go
the
to a
frozen river.
comfortable stretch.
You know what?
Once you get to
It
a
reminded
comfortable
me of
stretch,
something.
hold this one for about
It's like
15
a frozen
seconds.
river.
You just
Reminds me
relax
of,
from there, try to drive the arm over
River
even
Boys.
further, and then
It's
bring
like
the ear
high
down
school.
towards the shoulder.
Okay, River Boys, let me tell you about River Boys. So it was a game we used to play back in high school.
It will probably pop.
winter.
So here's how
So
we
our-
take that
our
last
school backed onto a
exercise and turn it
forest
into the
which
end
had a
of
river that
stretch.
ran
This one's
through it.
perfect to
What
do
we would do is,
at work
on our
because
lunches,
you
we'd
stand.
go down to the
What we're
river,
gonna do, stay with very
walk
good
along
upright
the
posture.
frozen
Whatever
ice
side that we're
until
focusing
either
on,
one
in
or
this
more
case,
of us
it's gonna be my right.
lightly
Take that
fell
arm,
through the
bend
ice,
it
you know?
90 degrees,
Your
and
foot
then
and your
just
leg goes
slide
through the
it
ice.
across the lower
Real
back
cold,
like this as far as
freezing.
I can. This
You'd have
again
to
will
sit in
help
class
relax
for the
this
rest of the
muscle
day
right
with
here, the upper
frozen
trapezius.
foot,
What I'm gonna
soaking
do
wet
from there is
pants.
take
It got
the
so
other
bad that
hand, place
I
it
remember
on
our
the head just
science
like
teacher
this,
was like,
and then
"You've
I'm
got to
going to
stop
take
doing this,
opposite
all right?
side's ear
Stop doing
towards
this.
that
I'm not going to
shoulder.
let you
So
into
my
class
left
if
ear
you come
goes
back
down towards
soaking
my
wet
left
again."
shoulder as
But
much
you know
as
what?
I can.
We loved River
And again, if
Boys.
this feels
Loved
like
it
it's
so much that we
locked
just
up,
started
you'll
bringing
probably feel a sudden
an extra pair of
pop
socks or
release
pants or something like that.
into that
Loved River
area
Boys. It was
of
so
the
much
upper
fun.
back, into the base
But
of
then
the
it all
neck.
changed.
Hold this
See, we were
comfortably
going
for
down to
about
the
10 to 15
river
seconds. From
every
there, just
single day
relax.
for like
And then
2
on the next
weeks.
repetition, try to
And what
reach over
happened
even
was
further.
that we broke
Knock
so
over
much
that
of the
area.
ice from
What I'm
falling
going to
through
do
and
from
breaking
there
with
is keep my
sticks and
butt on
stuff
the
that we had to go
floor. I'm going
further and
to wing
further
my
up
elbows
river
back as
every
much as I
day just
can,
to
and
find
also
new
going to drop
unbroken
my
ice.
leg like this.
And the problem was
This will
that the
put back
river
into more
got deeper the
extension.
further you went
You
up.
should feel a great
No longer
stretch
just a little
over the tennis
shallow
balls or the
stream
soup
under
can.
where we were
Try to
breaking.
bring
You know,
that
it
down
was
as much as you
it was
can.
a
This
full
will help
flowing
open it
river
up
at
and
this
hopefully
point.
get that
We kept
self-pop
playing the
that you're
game.
looking for.
Getting
You can
riskier
also
and
do a
riskier, you
variation
know?
where you bring the head
But then
down
it got
like
bad.
this, put the
We
arms
were out
up
on the
straight
ice one
like this,
day,
and then
and,
just lower them down as much as you can.
the ice
But if
cracked.
you still feel like it's
My
not wanting to
friend
pop, just simply
dropped
lower
through.
the hands down
It wasn't just
quickly
his
like
foot
that
or
into a
his leg or
passive
anything like that.
stretch,
It was his
and you
entire
might
body
find
that
that that is
dropped through
enough
the
to get it
ice,
to
and
self-release.
just
You can
barely
also do
managed
that
to grab
method
on
like this,
before he
bringing the
got
head
sucked
down
under.
and then winging the elbows
At
back.
the time, I
But
didn't even
don't try to
realize what had happened. I remember laughing because I just saw this man drop, and then it struck me how dangerous of a situation this was. He was about to be pulled under the ice, and the current would have carried his
So to
body
get into
way down
position,
river
let's
under
start
the
off
ice.
on the floor,
That would
and
have
I'm
been
going
it.
to just
But this
put
man was
that
holding
tennis
on.
ball, or if you're using
So
the soup
we
can
pulled him out,
or the water
but
bottle, place
to
it
this
over
day,
the level that you feel
I
is
still
the most
remember
tight
seeing
and
the
achy.
terror
So
in
once
his
we get
eyes.
into that spot, let's
Anyways,
take our
that
hands
was
just
last time we
like
played
this.
River Boys.
I'm going to
Look at this.
place my
I got a
hands on the
reindeer.
back of my head. I'm going to wing the elbows
Reindeer.
down towards the floor
Hello.
as much as I can. A simple variation of this is just to
You guys
bring the
are cool.
elbows
I
down
like
as
you
much
guys.
as you can, and then
You ready?
lift your butt up into a
I can
bridge-like
ride it.
position. What this is going to
I can ride a
do
reindeer.
is it's going
I
to
rode
put
this
a
man
lot
home
more
and
pressure,
I brought him
your
in my
body
house,
weight into the
which ended
area
up being
over
another
the tennis
decision
balls
that
or
I
soup
would
can,
soon
and
deeply
you'll probably
regret.
feel it just
The next morning, I was
self-release. But you
worried
can
about my
roll
man.
up
I had lava
and
in my
down
house, and I did
completely
not
from
want
the
this
upper
man to go
back
walking
all the
into
way
it.
down
So
to the middle back,
that would
but
be
do not
heartbreaking,
go
you know.
over the lower
But
back
as
because
is
that could
tradition,
cause
I named the man.
irritation.
Okay, this
When
man
you
needs a
do
name.
this, you might feel some
You know what I'm gonna
snaps,
call
you
him?
might feel some pops and clicks, but just do this nice and slowly,
Mucknuck.
up and down completely for about 3 to 5
Actually, I like that name.
repetitions. If you
That's a
find
good
that
name.
one spot
Mucknuck.
just is
Alright, you're
not
staying in
wanting
here,
to
Mug Nug.
release, and it's just
Couldn't
really
stop thinking about where I
painful
found
and
him.
achy.
That
Let's
area
stop
looked
over
good.
that
It
area.
looked way more
What
like
I'm
the
going to do
Canadian
from
Arctic
there is
than
keep my
where
butt
I
on
was
the
building.
floor.
So I
I'm
thought,
going
you know
to
what?
wing my
I'm just
elbows
gonna build
back
there
as much as
instead.
I can, and I'm
This
also
nice
going
little
to
plot
draw
of
my
land right next to a
like
lake.
this will
This
put
is
the
gonna be
back
good
into
here.
more
So I built a little
extension.
campfire and I
You should
started
feel
clearing
a
it out.
great stretch
Then
over the
I
tennis
rode
balls
another
where
reindeer
the zoo
home.
can. Try to
Following
bring
day I
that
went
down
back
as much
and
as you can.
continued
This will
building,
help
but
open it up and
yet
hopefully
again
get that
I
self-pop that you're looking
made a
for.
big mistake.
You can also
Stayed
do a
out way
variation
too
where you're
long
going to head
building,
down like
and I
this.
had to
Put the
desperately
arms up
dash
straight like
home.
this, and then
I was
just
on the verge
lower
of
them
freezing
down
to
as
death,
much as you
and
can.
it became
But if
clear
you
to me
still
that
feel like it's
I
not
wasn't
going
going to
to
make it
just
home.
simply
So I had to
lower the
think quickly,
hands down
otherwise I was going to
quickly like
die.
that
My
into
first
a
thought
passive
was, I'm going to
stretch,
kill this
and you might
reindeer
find
and
that that
crawl
is enough
inside
to
of
get
him,
it
but
to self-release.
there was precious
You can
time
also
and I
do
wasn't
that
sure that
method
this
like
would
this,
be a
bringing the head
function
down and then winging
included
the
in this
elbows
mod.
back.
So
But
my
don't
second
try to
option was
force
to
it,
just
only
dig
go
a
with
giant
gentle
hole
stretch, and if
and
it's
build a
ready to
fire
go,
at the bottom of it.
it will
So
go.
I did
So
that.
here's a
But there was a new
two-part
problem.
method that's
Yeah, look at
really
that.
going to help
I was
open the
thirsty.
upper and middle
So
backs
I had to
pretty
climb
much
out of the
anything.
hole once I was
This one
warm
standing,
to try to
you
get
just
some
need
water,
a
and
door
wow,
frame.
I
In the first
immediately
part,
was
let's
attacked
do
by
a
several
simple door
mobs.
lean.
So
I'm
I had to
gonna put my
run,
feet together.
and with
I'm going to
just
start
one
in what I
heart
call
left,
the Y position.
I
So
ran
my
home.
hands and arms just go up like this towards the ends of the door frame.
crap.
My hands were shaking and I thought I was gonna die, but I didn't. I made it home and I put some meat on the furnace, drank some water, and started to warm up. I was safe. Or so I thought. Remember when I said that bringing the reindeer into my home was a decision that I would soon regret? Well, you know, it's time to show you why that is. So after cooking the food and warming up, this man kicked me into a wall or something. So there I was, laying dead. Cause of death, kicked in a wall by a reindeer. And I thought, you know what? Hey, that's not my fault. I was murdered by a reindeer. How can you blame a man for that? So I decided, I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to convert the world to survival, and that's that. Yeah, and I don't want to hear any comments about this, alright? Not a single. The only comment I want you to leave is, wow, on day 22, I feel so sorry for you. That reindeer murdered you, and it's not your fault, and it's good that you switched to survival mode. Alright, leave a comment like that. So after I brought myself back from the dead, I told myself that I would not die again. And that if I did, no matter what happened, it was my fault. Which also became a decision that I would later regret. Day 23, I spent the entire day looking for wool since I had lost everything. Most of my stuff landed in the lava or despawned and it was gone. So I made iron weapons and found enough wool to make a jacket and boots. The next day I had an idea. You know, I don't want to be stuck outside freezing to death ever again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a bunch of warming stations between the old house and the new house I'm building so that if I, inevitably, when I do stay out too long, I can just stand by one of these warming stations and everything will be okay. So that's what I did. To build them, I needed the lava. So I went down to the dungeon and I got some and boom, it was good. I also got some carrots and I learned that I could feed them to the reindeer.
Let's see if my theory's right. Do you like carrots? Yeah, he loves them. Nice.
I built the warming stations and returned home, and I tried to sleep, but I couldn't because there was a monster outside. You know what? This was a trap.
Oh my god.
I like the look of the black cobblestone I was using, but I needed more of it, so I went into the mine and I mined 2 stacks of it. Additionally, I got some more wood. Day 26, I was back to working on the house, and you know what? Forgave my man Mucknuck. Played Jump the River.
Ah, that's a huge jump. So you can jump over this. Ready? Oh, that's good. Wow. Whoa. Barely made it. Right here. You can make it. Oh, hell yeah.
I made the floor out of slabs. It looks good. Makes the windows look a little bit better, you know? But you know what? Stayed out way too late again. Dark and cold, and I would never make it back alive, so I dug a hole and I just stayed there throughout the night. In the morning, I climbed out of the hole and kept working. I built a double-ended fireplace in the center, which made the house look nice and also kept it warm. But the sun was setting, and I learned my lesson, so I went home. The next day, look at this! I found an eel.
Whoa! What is that thing? Raw eel meat.
I needed sand to make the glass, so I followed a river until I found some, but the problem was that it was underwater, so I was going to be a cold man, but yeah, I jumped in anyways and started getting it. When I came up for air, I almost came up under the ice, which, that's scary stuff right there. But I got the sand, went home, and started cooking it. Look at this. Look at this man. Look at this guy.
Hey, my man, sit outside the... Hey, I got one guy outside, one guy inside. One guy out. One guy in. Pretty good.
I worked on the house, but ran out of black cobblestone. I was getting concerned about the fireplace. Was either too big or in a bad spot, and I didn't know where I was going to put my bed, but you know what, So the next day, I went back into the mine and got more black cobblestone. This stuff was... I really like the look of this black cobblestone. I also brought the bed with me back to the new house and set it up. I wasn't a fan of where I put it, but it was temporary, so it was fine. I did not do much on day 32 besides get wood and work on the deck of the house. I did notice, though, that it was getting colder, and that scared me. The following day, I had to go back to the old house to get some stuff. On my way there, my reindeer fell in a hole. You don't worry, though. This wasn't Mucknuck. It was some other guy. So I just grabbed another one and moved on. Went mining.
There we go, baby. That's diamonds, right? Yeah, look at that. Ooh, big vein. So what I like. 6 diamonds. Not bad.
I spent the entire night mining black cobblestone. Came up out of the mine in the morning, and I went back into the old house, and guess what? Look, my man Mucknuck got the guy, and rode him home. So happy to get this man home. Wasn't really happy with how the roof was looking, so figured I was going to start doing that now. The next day, I worked on the roof more, and I needed more wood, so I went out and I got it. And I also built this nice outside area, and I thought this looked pretty good. Day 36, worked on the house. Just, you know, building. That was the name of the game here. Like, I started building like an expansion to it. To keep up with all this building I was doing, the next day I went out to get more building supplies, but you know what? There was a big problem. I walked out of the door, I realized I had absolutely no idea which one of these men was Mucknuck.
Hey. You know what I just realized? I don't know if this man's Mucknuck. How can I trust this guy? Is this him? There's like so many of them. You come up here, there's like 2 there. A bunch there. How do I know if this guy's Mucknuck?
So then and there I realized I need a name tag, and I need one bad. So see one, I'm gonna grab that for sure. So I went to the oldish house, you know, the one that I gave up on after like 2 days. I tore it all down, got all that precious wood, brought it back, and I warmed up by the fire. And my man's, look at this, it was nice. Man relaxing in his house. Little did I know that absolute misery was waiting for me. Turns out that this entire time that I was playing, I didn't even have seasons enabled. The whole winter thing, yeah, it was all in my head. It wasn't getting colder. This was just the default temperature. So you know what? I fixed it. I got the seasons mod installed. I set it to late autumn, and wow, it got so much worse. My first priority now was getting a season clock so that I could track how far along the winter was. You know, there's nothing worse than not knowing how many more days it's gonna snow. But to make a season clock, you need nether quartz, which meant I was going back to the dungeon. I figured it would be somewhere down in that lower level that I got to, and it's dangerous down there. So I made a diamond saber, and yet again, I immediately regretted it.
This is 6 attack damage. See how much halberd does. 1 extra diamond and it does 14. Oh my god. Can I smelt this saber down? Please tell me I can smelt it down. I can't smelt it down. I just wasted. It would be 1 more. Oh my god. I go down to 6 diamonds if I do this. This is such a waste. Why did I do this? So I can wear these. Oh my god. Such a waste, man. Such a waste.
When I got down into the dungeon, I found nether quartz right away. That was good. A little bit of luck, you know? Very happy to have that. I took the opportunity, though, to grab a bunch of obsidian, because I didn't know if I was going to go to the nether or not. And this stuff is just useful for whatever reason, you know? So I got a bunch of it, and I started fighting some mobs and exploring more of the dungeon. I killed a wither skeleton, and I got diamond boots. Yes.
Ooh, diamond boots. Look at that.
And then, look at this. One of those little guys who got me. The whole night down there going around looking for stuff. Look at this, I got an anvil. By the time I got out of the dungeon, it was nearly the end of day 39, so I just rode home and went to bed. So I made the season clock, and just as I suspected, because I set it that way, it was late autumn currently, which meant that I had a small amount of time before things got absolutely brutal, but not much. So I went out and looked for wool, because I was going to need a lot of it, but sadly, could not find any. No wool for a man like me. I did, however, find a beach, so at the very least I got some more sand, but my man says it was getting cold, getting very cold. I had to make a little fire to warm up and run home. The next day I went out again looking for wool, because I wasn't ready to give up, you know. And look at this, I found a little bit, but by the time that happened, it was very cold out. I was very, very, very cold, and it was getting dark, and there was absolutely no way I was going to make it home alive. So I went to this village, went in the house, and realized I gotta use a little bit of wool. A little bit of wool to make a bed so that I can survive the night. So I did just that, and yeah, that was that. The next day I went straight home, and I made a heating coil. These things, you need something like this to get through the winter. Let me tell you, a man is not making it through the winter without one of these things. So I made it, set it up, and I was very happy to have this. Very, very happy. Kept me nice and warm, you know? So I thought, you know what, this is good. Why not have a bunch of these around my house? That was my new plan. Day 43. Let me tell you about day 43, okay? I had slime on the mind, you know? Ever get that slime on the mind? I really wanted to build the Aussie liner, but you need slime, and you look around here. You think you're gonna find slime in a place like this? No, you gotta find it in a chest. Only way. I went past this like snow temple at some point, or dungeon. I thought, you know what? Hey, maybe there's some slime down there. So that's what I did. Spent the whole day down there, whole day and the whole night, and I did not find slime, but I did find a name tag, which is that's good. You need one of these. I continued exploring the dungeon into day 44, and I found coffee. You ever find coffee in this game? Nothing like a nice hot coffee on for a very tired, cold man, you know? Drank this and it gave me like 10 minutes of instant speed. This is good. And then you know what? Look at this. Found a slime ball.
Slime too. Oh my god, that's exactly what we needed.
After finding that beautiful slime, I packed it up and got out of the dungeon. I headed home and used the name tag to finally name my man Mucknuck. Yeah, look at this. No way I'm losing track of this guy ever again. Perfect. I finished the day off by building some more stuff on the house, and wow, look at this. The first snowfall.
Yeah, look at this.
A house is not a home unless it's got some stuff inside. That's what a lot of people say that, you know? I heard a lot of people. Anyway, so I'm really bad at furnishing anything I build, so this time I wanted to try to do it a little better. I put up armor racks. Yeah, that's it. That's all I did the whole time. Look at these. Then I went outside to greet my man Mucknuck, and wow, the man was gone.
Where is he? He wander away? Where is he? It's freezing out here. He wandered away. This is why I need a lead.
The next day I went back to the dungeon and I found one more slime. This is not enough slime. I'm gonna need a lot of this stuff, and this was just not cutting it. But you know what? I thought if there's one, there's got to be more. So I kept looking for slime. There was this like crypt room, and I realized, you know what? There might be something hidden in the caskets in here.
There's another slime ball. There's stuff hidden behind these things.
I spent the rest of the day, night, and following day down there in the dungeon looking around, and when I finally came back up out of the dungeon, it was day 47. So I ran home as fast as possible and pretty much went straight to bed. Okay, day 48. This was a good day. I'll tell you why. So I made my first 2 pieces of heating goo. Heating goo, you gotta have it. You gotta have it when it's cold out. And this, you need a lot to make an Aussie liner, but just getting 2, that was good for me. I was happy with that. But I needed more, and slime was the one thing preventing me from having it. So I went back to the crypt, and this time though, I went down there with a plan. A foolproof plan, okay? You see, all of the chests are in the crypt, in these caskets here. So what I did was, I decided, why don't I dig behind them and then simply extract the loot from them without having to reveal myself to all the zombies? There's no way this could go wrong. I spent the entire day and night doing that, and by the next morning, I had only found 1 slime. I was thinking, wow, I'm going to be spending a lot of time down there. It's going to be 100, I spent 100 days in the dungeon. I also noticed that look at my water. Look how quickly that was dropping. It was going down at the same rate as it does when I don't have the thirsty buff. What was going on here? Thirsty man. When I got home, I made 2 more heating goo, while this man watched me from outside. Look at this guy.
This guy's just staring into my house. Yeah, he's staring at me. It is snowing.
Day 50. Halfway through. I went out looking for sheep, but I wasn't finding any. The only thing I found was this eel or something. Look at this thing.
What the hell? I got unpleasant sucky.
It wasn't no eel.
Attack me?
It wasn't an eel. That's for sure.
No, don't freeze the beef.
I was done going outside for a bit. It was way too cold, so I spent day 51 inside working on my house. I made some beet juice. You ever try this stuff? It's good. It hydrates you real good. Then I just worked on making an entrance to a mine. But I also wanted to grow some carrots so that I could feed my reindeer. You know, maybe that would make Mucknuck come back. So I started making an indoor farm, and I thought that I could put water blocks under the carrots that I wanted to grow. I had no idea if this was going to work or not, but I thought, you know what, if this works, I'm the smartest man alive. The next day I worked on the mine entrance more, and I put these logs up to make it look like they were supports. I like the look of this. But I was running out of wood and black cobblestone, so on day 53, I went out and got more. I also set up a window next to my farm so that I could get some natural light. I don't know if that's required or not for farming, but you know what, I tried anyways. I was running out of food, so I went out and did some ice fishing. And, yeah, I wasn't catching much, and I was very, very hungry, so in a moment of desperation, I killed a reindeer for meat. I did not want to do that again, so the next day I went out hunting to solve my food issues before it got out of hand. But it was very, very cold. I was even taking damage inside my house, so look, this is winter starting, you know? I don't know what I ended up doing this day. I think I just stayed inside and warmed up. Who knows? The following day, I checked my season clock, and my suspicions were confirmed. It was now midwinter, which meant, I was in the worst of it.
Is it like a warming potion?
I went back to the old dungeon and went down deep to where the magma blocks were, because I wanted more, you know? I need some more stuff, so I spent the entire day down there at night looking for stuff and, you know, just packing everything in. I continued on into day 56, where I spent the entire day also, but I got greedy. I couldn't just go back up to the surface. No. I had to keep going, had to get more and more stuff, and I paid the price. One of the little guys got me. Okay, I know
32 levels
he
just
lost.
lost.
What happened was definitely my fault. I want to reconsider that statement, okay? How could any man prepare for a little guy like this kid? No way. These things are tough. So this one doesn't count either, okay? Everyone says
Oh
that.
yeah,
A little guy gets it, doesn't count as a death. I heard a lot of YouTubers say that, so okay, it's good. Anyways, I went to bed, and that was that. So the next day, the very first thing I did was run straight back to where I had died. And you know what? The little guy was waiting for me.
Oh, I saw him. He's coming back. There.
Alright, I'm ending this. This whole plan of taking a shot of hot sauce to try and gain some new followers was a failed attempt. I was true to my suspicions that it wasn't going to work, and I was right. I was definitely right, because nobody cares for the new guy, you know? I thought I could do something interesting that would, gain me at least 5 new followers just by somebody perhaps seeing the title. I'm drinking hot sauce for every new 5 followers. And I mean, I guess Bethany will get to use it on tacos now. Oh well. I mean, it's basically just chili sauce, but either way. So, to anybody that is watching this video in the future, I'm sorry that you missed out on the opportunity. And to anybody that's seeing this video now who realized that they came across it in the feed, or perhaps came across it by YouTube or anything like that, if you'd seen this video in the past, you should have jumped in and followed sooner, because then you'd have saw me drink an entire one of these full of hot sauce. But nope, since I haven't had anybody for a whole entire hour and I'm getting tired of just sitting here waiting, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this. So to anybody watching it, have a good night, have a greater tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you in another stream.